There is a kind of love that makes you whole, and there is another that slowly kills who you are. You gave your heart to someone thinking they were your forever. But real love, real love, never demands that you disappear just to be kept. Today, Krishna, I will tell you what you lost was never love, and why your freedom begins right now. Krishna says this wasn't love, it was MO. You thought it was love because your heart beat faster around them, because they made you forget your pain for a moment, because being near them gave you peace, but only until they left again. But that wasn't love. That was attachment. That was MO. And you're not here by accident. I brought you here to show you the difference. Love doesn't ask you to lose your identity to feel worthy. But you dimmed your light just to be enough for them. You adjusted. You forgave. You overgave. And they didn't notice the pieces of yourself you were handing away. You waited for calls that never came. You reread messages just to feel close again. You convinced yourself that maybe one day it would all make sense. But deep down, your soul already knew. This isn't love. This is survival dressed up as loyalty. Let me show you the truth through my own heart. Radha and I, we were the essence of divine love. And yet, we were never possessive. Radha didn't ask me to stay physically because her love didn't depend on presence. She felt me in the wind, in the soil, in her own breath. Radha didn't say don't leave. She said if your journey calls you elsewhere, I'll still sing your name. And I, Krishna, never feared the distance. Because love, real love, is not about holding tighter. It's about trusting deeper. The world talks about how we never got married. But they forget love doesn't always need an ending. Sometimes the most powerful bonds are the ones that rise above form. Radha's love never begged me to stay because she knew if it's love, it will never leave her soul no matter where the body goes. Now compare that to what you've been calling love. You begged, you bent, you broke. You feared that without them you'd fall apart. That's not love, my beloved. That's emotional dependency. Love says grow. MO says stay, even if it's killing you. Love makes you whole. MO makes you hollow. Love invites you to expand. MO shrinks you into someone you're not, just to keep someone who never deserved the real you. You weren't asking for too much. You were just asking the wrong person. You waited, hoping they'd finally see your worth. You thought if you stayed long enough, they'd change. But staying in pain isn't strength. It's fear. And now you're being asked to choose love for yourself. You've said this to yourself before, haven't you? This can't be love. Why does it hurt so much? And you were right. Love doesn't leave you confused. It doesn't come with silence, distance, mixed signals, or mind games. Love is clear. Love is safe. Love lets you be soft without having to apologize for it. So now ask yourself honestly, is this connection helping you grow? Does it bring peace to your soul? Or does it leave you more confused, more exhausted, more alone? Because here's the truth. Love doesn't hurt like this. Love doesn't demand that you disappear to keep it. Love doesn't silence your soul to keep someone close. MO will scream, "Don't leave me. I'll fall apart." Love will whisper, "Go if you want. I'll still wish your peace." MO clings. Love trusts. MO fears. Love releases. You stayed longer than you should have. And I don't blame you. You were doing your best with what your heart understood. You weren't weak. You were human. You were hopeful. But now you're wiser. And when you're finally ready to let go, not out of anger, not out of pain, but out of peace, that's when your healing begins. Let me tell you what love really island. Love sees you even when you're quiet. Love respects your boundaries. Love doesn't play with your insecurities. Love makes space for your truth. It doesn't punish you for feeling too deeply. Love doesn't need chains to stay. It stays because it chooses you again and again without force, without fear. So now take a breath. Be honest with yourself. Did you love them, or did you love the idea of being loved? You thought, if I hold tighter, maybe they won't leave. If I change enough, maybe I'll be enough. But my child, you never had to earn real love. You just had to remember it lives in you first. Sometimes I take people away. Not to hurt you, but to awaken you, to teach you what love is not. So when the real thing arrives, you won't mistake it again. You'll recognize it, not by how fast it pulls you in, but by how gently it lets you be yourself. So, let go. Let go of what was never yours to carry. Let go of trying to prove you were worthy. Let go of the illusion that they were yours forever. What you lost was not love. It was a lesson, a mirror, a moment that brought you back to yourself. You deserve a love that doesn't require losing your voice, that doesn't punish your softness, that doesn't manipulate your loyalty. You deserve a love that stands still when the rest of the world runs. And now you are ready for that love because you are free. Krishna.